Going what's on, guys? Back, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be looking at 3 rookies that are on the verge of breaking out this season. The NBA season is upon us, so let's check out this fire background. Over here we have one of my favorite cards, my Kevin Durant in the Brooklyn Nets first year jersey, optic hollow. Beautiful card. I love this card. Kevin Durant playing on opening night. Let's see what he can do in that Nets jersey. Next to him, we have Deandre Ayton. It is a National Treasures rookie card numbered out of 99. Patch card. Beautiful card as well. All the way to the end, we have our Disco Prism from the last video. It is a Troy Brown Jr. auto. And Rui Hachimura is actually out for a few weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. So we're going to see a lot more of Troy Brown. Let's move to Rui in the middle. That is a Noir rookie numbered out of 65. I love the red patch with the design, the pattern on this card. Love this card. You'll have seen all these cards in the previous videos. Last but not least, we have our orange cracked ice sensational swatch, Sekou Doumbouya, one of the youngest players in the NBA, and raw talent. But let's see what he can do. There's a lot of pieces in Detroit that are gonna get opportunity before him, but he's got a long way to go. So let's get into these guys. If you'd like to know what I'm buying right when I buy it, check me out on Patreon. Cool, Sekou Doumbouya, Illusions base. So this was only 99 cents for 3 cards? 3 or 4 cards? 4 cards. 4 of these Illusions base, so 25 cents each. Definitely will be able to get my money back on these. These look so nice. Even if you flip them for a couple of bucks each, it's worth it. But if he plays well, these cards will go way up there. And if you pick them up for 25 cents, that's a lot of upside. But I love these Illusions base. They shine so nicely. I'm just going to set these down here. Do some shiny design right there. Move this aside. But boom, Sekou Doumbouya. So 15th pick last year. He was the youngest player in the draft, played in France before the NBA, and the Pistons actually just picked up his team option for 21-22. So that actually just happened yesterday. But Illusions base, not the highest end card. It's a pretty low end card, but considering the price and the way it shines, it's just a great card. I'm hoping he can carve out a nice role, but with Blake Griffin and Jeremy Grant there, I'm not sure, how many minutes he's gonna get. He played 76% of his minutes at the 4 position, so it's pretty crowded over there. But he has some great poise and understanding of the game. It's on another level, and he's only 19 years old, so we'll have to see. Sekou Doumbouya. You've seen me pick up a lot of his cards on this channel, especially early on. Let's move on to this guy. Boom! So 3 mosaic base Sekou Doumbouya. So these were also cheap. This was these were $3, $3.25, something like that. I'll put the price up there like I always do. But for $1 each, a great deal. And fun fact, Sekou was only playing basketball for 6 years before he came into the NBA. So he had an up and down rookie campaign. He showed up to camp in great shape this year, averaged 9.3 points per game in 15 minutes per game, shooting 61% this preseason. So pretty good stats, played really well in stretches last year. It was pretty up and down. But a lot of potential. He's 6'8". He has the strength to finish over defenders. He has a lot of lateral quickness and speed. It allows him to finish in the paint as well. And he creates a lot of mismatches. He can blow by bigger players, and he can muscle down the smaller players. So So Sekou Doumbouya, let's move on to the next guy. I'm really excited about this one because I don't have a lot of cards of this player, but it's a player that I've been telling you guys to pick up. So let's see what he is. Boom! Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So this is a select concourse, not the highest end select card, but only $15. I'll put the price up there like I always do. He's one of my breakout candidates for this season, one of the best players to invest in. His prisms were only going for like $16, and now I think they're up to about $30, but still very affordable. Very hard to win his auctions, but he is poised for a breakout season. I think he's one of the safest investments you can make. Last season, he upped his averages in points, rebounds, assists, shot 47% from the field, 81% from free throw, and I still feel like we haven't seen, him on full display yet. So Gallinari's gone to Atlanta now, Chris Paul's in Phoenix, Schroeder's in LA, so he can really become the playmaker we haven't seen him be now that all those guys are gone. So he can create his own shot, he's a crafty scorer, and he can score on all three levels of the floor. His three-point shot does need improvement, but his mid-range shot is amazing. He shot 48% from mid-range and 58% finger rolls. So he's a master at the finger roll. It's his signature move. And sometimes he settles for it too much, but he hasn't had a lot of opportunity to be a playmaker. And I feel like, that's what he wants to do. He said he wants to be a point guard, so he's probably worked at it a lot in the offseason, probably learned a lot from CP3 last season. And, I'm expecting really big things from SGA. 6'11 wingspan for a 6'5 guy. It automatically makes him a great defender. So looking forward to him. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, let's go. Let's move on to the next one. Boom. All right, so we've got two cards here. I'm going to hide this one for now. But boom, Sekou Doumbouya, red, white, and blue. I love this card. We have so many Sekou cards. I probably have, 10 to 15 Prism base that we picked up for just a few dollars back in May, June, around that time when we were picking up him and Kobe White for dirt cheap. This card was actually $17. So not cheap anymore. It's been going up, and it's only going to go higher. The centering on this is beautiful. I had to pick it up. I love it. I feel like it's a little bit small there, but I have to measure it. But Sekou Doumbouya, we talked about him earlier on in the video when we picked up some of these cards, so won't go too much into him, but he had a stretch last year. I think it started January 2nd against the Clippers where he had a double-double, or he had like two double-doubles in a row and then scored double figures for 7 out of those 8, next games, but then went on, a low stretch where he didn't hit double figures for like the next 18 games or something like that. So he's definitely an up and down, type of player, raw talent. It's going to be very hard to trust him in something like fantasy basketball. But as far as potential goes for the price, I love it. I think, he's such a raw young talent that the sky is really the limit. I don't want to say that he's, going to be the next Giannis because it's too early to tell, but I can definitely see some similarities. I can definitely see, the potential there with Sekou. So don't sleep on Sekou, and his cards are not super expensive. So it's worth picking up one or two now before, they go up, after he gets a double-double or a 20-10 game and, all that hype goes after him and you end up paying like $30 for the same card. It's not worth it because then that's how you're likely going to lose money if you buy when the hype is there. Buy when no one's talking about them, and that's when you'll make some money pretty easily. Next card. One of my favorite players, Deandre Ayton. And him and SGA are two of the the top players to invest in going into this season. Great value for these cards. This one was about $31. I've picked them up for around 20. I think we've picked one up for 16. We've been picking them up as they've been going up. So we're probably averaging at about 25, and I think I have about 3 of them, but we have a bunch of parallels as well. A lot of Deandre Ayton prisms. Really looking forward to what he can do. So this card was like $31, and he's potentially one of the best centers in the NBA. He's from the Bahamas, and not the nice touristy Bahamas area, the rough Bahamas area. And played soccer until he was 12 years old, and decided to try out basketball. But instead of sitting on the block like a traditional center, he worked on his guard skills, so his dribbling, his shooting. He was offered a scholarship, and coming from poverty, he didn't want to leave his family, but he decided to go to San Diego, take the scholarship for high school, dominated the boards against everybody, but he was homesick, so his mom moved over there. They transferred to Hillcrest Prep in Phoenix. And not being homesick, he was able to average something like 21, 16, and 4 blocks a game as a sophomore. One of the top players in his high school recruiting class. Eventually got overshadowed by Marvin Bagley and Michael Porter Jr., also my guy. Then went to Arizona. Then ended up being drafted by the Phoenix Suns. He was the Phoenix Suns' first ever #1 pick. Some controversies along the way, a suspension along the way last season, so it didn't allow us to see, his full potential. And fun fact, he was actually the first player ever selected with the first overall pick where he went to the same school in high school and college and the NBA, or same state in this, all 3 in the same state. So interesting fun fact about Deandre Ayton. So my guy, Deandre Ayton, don't sleep on him. Really looking for a full season from him. Hopefully he stays healthy. Hopefully there's no more distractions. So boom, Deandre Ayton. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please drop a like. It really helps me out. Comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.